Hey guys, it's Confcalius here, back with another update for Flash Vertical Velocity, yet another drone update. This might wind up being one of the last drone updates because you can already see here that the ride is almost complete. They are so close. There's so little left to be done that this will probably be done tomorrow, maybe the day after, depending on the weather. I know tomorrow's supposed to be a little rainy, so we'll have to wait and see on that. But you can see that the 0G roll, which Alex from Coaster Spot and I are now pointing the chiller roll, since it really does resemble that roll that was on chiller, that is completely finished, and the rise up into the spike is also in as well. We can also see that another column on the spike has been installed, and there's been more straight track plates going up the spike. So I believe there's only 2 sections left of spike. If we pan around here to take a look at the storage lot, you can see there's just about nothing. I mean, there's one section of track right there, which I'm not really sure where that goes. That might be for the other side of the spike where the chiller roll is. And as far as I know, the spike supports that were over there are no longer over there, just rising up a little bit. Can't really tell too well, but that's all right. I have pretty good confidence that it is probably all over there. So we're gonna pan around a little bit just to get a better look. But wow, this ride really does look impressive. And I was looking back, they went vertical around a month ago, a little less than a month, and look at this, they're already almost done. I mean, that has got to be one of the fastest coaster constructions ever. And thankfully today is not as windy as the last week's update. If you guys saw that one, you know it was very windy out, so it was a bit of a struggle to get good views. But look at how excellent this ride looks. I'm going to keep panning around a little bit as much as I can without flying over park property. But we can see there, like I said, the chiller roll just looks absolutely spectacular, and they have that rise up into the spike nearly complete. If I had to guess, there's one more section of track on that side that has the full spine of track, the thicker track, if you want to call it that. And after that, it's just going to be straight track going up to the top. I am curious when they're going to put the Flash logo on the top of the spike. I don't know if that's going to happen when they top it off, or maybe they'll do that afterwards. But I think the most important thing to them is getting this ride open as soon as possible, and I think it is going to be open very soon. I mean, look at how great this looks. This ride is going to look incredible from inside the park. I cannot wait to see what that chiller roll and the spike will look like, because like I said, my guess is that by the time the park is open this weekend, that chiller roll, or not the chiller roll, the spike will be done. I mean, literally all they have left, as we can see from here, is the rest of the spike. If I had to guess, there's probably 2 more columns of the spike, maybe 1, not 100% sure. I do apologize for some of the background noise here at 537, but we also have that one little piece of support at the end of the Immelman over there, and once that is done, the ride is complete. As far as I know, they're probably going to get that Flash path open. At least I'm going to call it the Flash path now. It used to be known as the Cyborg path. They're probably going to want to have that open around mid-June, if I had to guess, just so they can give their construction workers enough room to properly work on the coaster and get all of that sorted. But they also want to be able to have people easily access Justice League and, of course, Cyborg when that reopens. Maybe Cyborg will reopen a little earlier than Flash winds up opening. We'll have to wait and see on that. But I can't get over just how great this ride looks. That chiller roll looks like it's going to give some great forces, really unique forces. This will be a mix of hang time and whip, depending on how fast you go through that element. So that is going to be really cool to see. But like I said, this might wind up being the final drone update for Flash Vertical Velocity. I mean, everything else we're probably just going to be able to see from in the park. And like I said, my guess is that they'll have this ride fully topped off and done by this weekend, which is when the next time we'll be in the park. They are open tomorrow. We'll try to have some pictures from inside the park tomorrow. But after that, I imagine they will probably be completely done with this coaster. So I appreciate all of you guys following along the vertical construction. Of course, the ride is definitely nowhere near done yet. We still have all the work to be done in the queue. The station still needs to be erected. The entire area needs to be created. They have the gift shop to do. They have the little snack stand. So there's still a lot to be done with Flash, but the bulk of the work is just about complete. So I imagine within a couple weeks, we'll probably be watching for testing of the coaster once this is all topped off and done. Like I said, they'll probably be done with that this weekend, and then we'll be able to watch the ride test. Maybe I'll break out the drone for some test cycles. We'll have to wait and see, but you're gonna be able to see the ride really well from inside the park, especially over there by Skyscreamer. That's a great vantage point of the attraction. And just to give some perspective, it's around 3 o'clock when I am filming this, so the crew typically finishes for the day at around 3 o'clock, so we're able to see the most up-to-date look at the attraction. And this ride totally changes the dynamics of the park, and once that spike over there is complete, we're going to have a really different view of the park. I'm curious just how far from in the park you'll be able to see the spike. I imagine you'll have a really good look at it from all different points in the park. It's going to be really impressive. Remember, this ride is taller than Jersey Devil, taller than Batman, taller than so many other coasters at the park, and you can see that just by taking a look around. If I zoom out, we're around here. There's Jersey Devil over there and Batman, and look at that ride over there, Flash. It just towers over that area. So I'm really excited to get on this attraction. As for when it's going to open, because I know a lot of people have been asking me about that, as far as I know, the park is definitely looking to have the ride open by July 1st. July 1st, for those of you who are unaware, is the official 50th anniversary of Great Adventure. The park originally opened back on July 1st of 1974. That's when all the rides opened. Not quite all, though. You still have Log Flume and Runaway Train over there. I believe those opened on July 4th, which was actually the first day my dad visited the park back in July 4th of 1974. Speaking of Log Flume, I know Alex from Coaster Spot covered this in his video, but you can see a lot of the trough has gone back into place for Log Flume. We're going to try to get a better look of that once we're inside the park, because you can't really see it too well from here. And unfortunately, we can't see it from here either, but Toro's double-sided lockers are hopefully almost done, if not completely finished. I imagine it's not going to take much longer for them to install those and those to be operational. Of course, as of right now, Toro is the only one getting those full double-sided lockers, but I imagine in time we'll see them come to Devil and hopefully Ka and Joker as well. But kind of getting a little sidetracked, let's pan back over here to Flash just to give you guys another look. And other projects going around the park, while I have the drone up here, we have Giant Wheel or Big Wheel right in front of Flash, of course, and we can see that the cars still have not been put on the wheel itself yet. As far as I know, they have finished repainting and rehabbing all the cars of the Ferris wheel, so those should be going up within the next week or so if I had to guess. We'll probably see a few at a time. There might be some on the bottom that we can't see. We won't know until we're inside the park, unfortunately, because you can only see so much from the drone here. But I have to say, I'm really impressed with Great Adventure for getting all of these projects all simultaneously going on, all done around the same time. I mean, Log Flume should be open at some point early in the summer. And we have, of course, the Ferris wheel. We have Flash, which should be open soon. And I'm going to pan over here as well to take a check on Roaring Rapids, which, as we can see, there are boats now inside that pond underneath Nitro. I'm not able to tell if the sign is in place for the attraction quite yet, but we're going to get a better look at that again once we're inside the park. So I imagine Roaring Rapids will be open very soon as they possibly can get it open, since it's really hot. Today, I believe it's 90 degrees, so people are definitely itching to get on water rides, and I'm sure Roaring Rapids will open before Log Flume. But with all that being said, that concludes this Flash vertical velocity update, and I guess you can call it a general park update, because I did cover just about all the projects going on at the park right now. There's a lot going on, so much to see and do at Great Adventure for the 2024 season, and I cannot wait to get on Flash. Of course, we'll see it topped off hopefully this weekend. If you guys have been enjoying these Flash vertical velocity updates and are looking forward to more, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, guys.